Welcome to Travel Pro TV with your host, Connie Wallace. Discussions and information on everything travel, local and global. Here is your host, Connie Wallace, with today's guest.
Welcome to Travel Pro TV. I'm your host, Connie Wallace, and our guest today is Columba Colicchio from AmaWaterways, and I'm so thrilled that you're here, Columba, because we're friends. And I'm going to call you Cece today, because that's what I always call you.
That's fine with me.
So thanks for being here.
I'm excited.
And we're just going to tell our viewers a little bit about our background, because we've known each other for a long time. So
don't go too far back.
Okay, okay. No, because we don't want to do that. So we were both in the field, both representing big ships.
Yes.
So how long have you actually been in the travel industry?
Oh, now I'll tell you how long I've been in the field. I've been in the field for 37 years, going on 38. And like you said, I started with the big ships. I started at Holland America, then Carnival, then Royal Caribbean, and then I said, enough, I need a change. And you?
Let's see, I was in corporate travel, and then I made the change over to such a fabulous experience with Universal Orlando, but they didn't have ships. And then I went to MSC Cruises.
Another
and from
big one.
There, yeah, big ones, fascinating, Mediterranean style. And then I went to Princess and Cunard, the Queen ships.
Oh, I forgot about that step.
Yeah,
Well,
Princess and Cunard.
that was it for me. And 12 years ago is when I joined AMA. I said, okay, enough of these big ships. And you know, people often ask me, who are these people that go on river cruise ships? I say they're people that have been there, done that on the big ships, like me, or people that say,
Like
oh, no,
me.
no, right? 5,000 people, that's not my idea of fun. We
No,
get a
me either.
cross between the two of those. And, you know, luckily I've had 12 great years. It's going to be 12 in May, and I'll never look back.
And I heard something. So I heard that you, among all the BDMs that work with AMA, were the BDM of the year for AmaWaterways.
Yes.
That's a big
It was an
accomplishment,
amazing.
so congratulations.
Thank you, Connie. It was really an amazing year. You know, and that really speaks to river cruising in general, how much it's grown in popularity. People are loving the experience. You know, we're not the biggest company out there. We're a small family-run business. We only have a total of 27 ships.
Only?
Only.
And I think
only.
that's a lot. And you call them ships? Because I call them ships.
I do.
And I didn't know whether we're supposed to call them boats or longboats or...
I still call them ships.
Ships, okay.
But you realize that we only have a capacity of an average of 156 guests.
Which is so nice.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
nice. It's such a wonderful experience. But last year, things really, I mean, 2019 was our best year yet. Then, of course, COVID came, so we had a big, you know, of course, downturn. But last year was tremendous. And thanks to my travel partners, I cover New York and New Jersey for my company, and it's just been spectacular. And I think I'm really close to hitting the mark again in 25. That's how popular it's become.
Wow.
You've never done it, right?
I have not done
Okay.
AmaWaterways, but I want to, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
But, you know, let me just say something. I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think AMA is as much of a household name as maybe some of the others. It may not be a household name yet, but it's really a prestigious name.
Absolutely.
So if you open, I know I get all the travel publications like Travel and Leisure and Condé Nast Traveler, and
Forbes
there's another one that I
magazine.
Forbes. There's another one that I get too that is it is LM Leisure Luxury Magazine.
Okay.
Luxury Magazine. So all of them have articles about AMA,
Yeah.
and they rave about the product. So tell me what, or I know, but tell the viewers, what sets you apart from the other river cruise companies?
Right. Like you said, you know, we're not the biggest out there, but, you know, we are touted in a lot of the publications. We get high marks with our guests. We're a small family-run business. That's the first thing I'll say. So you're not just a number when you sail with AmaWaterways. Our owners are from the areas we travel to. Rudy Schreiner and Christine Karst. They weren't a couple when they started the company with Gary Murphy. Things happen and they
Are they a
became
couple now?
Yep, they're a couple
I
now.
didn't know that.
Yes,
Ooh,
and
gossip,
they
too.
actually both worked for our major competitor for years. And then they decided, you know, we can do this better. We can do it ourselves. And they created AMA, which is AMA, but it's not pronounced AMA, it's AMA. AMA means love in Latin. And when they founded the company in 2002, they were a little, you know, leery. They leased ships. They didn't own the ships. But then they saw the progression and how popular it was getting, so they started building their own ships. And when I say we have now a fleet of 27 total, Europe is really the heart of our business. We do have some exotic destinations, but what sets us apart is that it is a family business, that they really take it to heart how guests feel when they're on the ship, and it's conveyed through the staff on board, it's conveyed through us, the business development manager. Christine Karst, our owner, always says she likes people with a little bit of sparkle. So we feel that, that's what we bring to the table. And, that's what the guests love when they sail on our ships. They feel like they're part of the family. When we get into the real differences on board, it's totally different because we carry less guests than many of our competitors. We're average 156 people on board. We have a gym, we have a masseuse, we have a hairdresser. We have pools on the top deck of our larger ships, jacuzzis on our smaller ships. We have a specialty restaurant that there's no additional charge for. So when I do my presentations to consumers, I say, we have everything the big ships have without the crowds, and sorry, no casino.
And no rock climbing walls. And
it's
not a
none
theme
of that.
park type of atmosphere.
None of that.
Which I really like. Yes.
Yeah. So, and another thing that we do differently is that we do welcome multi-generational families on board. So we don't say no one under 18. We like the fact that grandparents want to share this experience. And when I say Europe, I'm talking the rivers of Europe. I'm talking the Danube, the Rhine, the Rhone, the Seine, the Douro River in Portugal. We've got 3 beautiful ships in that area. And then we do have some exotics as well. But Europe is the bulk of our business. It's what the company really thrives on, and the rest are, if people have been with us in Europe and they want a taste of us somewhere else, we've got Africa, we've got Asia, we've got Egypt, which is Africa, but different part. And we now, new destination, starting just in a few weeks, we're going to be the very first river cruise company going to South America that's not going to the Amazon. We're going to Colombia.
Wow.
Yeah, the Magdalena River.
Oh, that is really different.
Yes, and it's close to home, so that's nice. It's just a unique destination. Rudy and Christine went, they've both been to the Amazon. They thought, little boring, they thought. But Colombia, they visited and they felt it was such a vibrant.
I love the way you say that.
Oh, I have to say it with the whole Colombia. I was given a shirt. It's not Colombia, it's Colombia. Okay, because it's South America, and the culture, the colorfulness of the destination, the gold, the coffee, just wonderful features that we're going to get to share with guests that want to see something unique from AmaWaterways.
Wow, so there is a lot happening. So 27 ships, average is 160 guests. Average length of the trip, cruise?
Yep, most of our itineraries are 7 nights. We do have some longer ones, but we always offer a pre or post land extension. We feel most people are not going all the way to Europe for just 7 nights. They want a little bit more. So for example, I did the beautiful Douro River last year. I flew into Madrid, spent a few nights at the hotel there, beautifully centrally located hotel. We have the cruise manager. This is another unique thing that AmaWaterways offers. The cruise manager is with you on that land portion. So we had wonderful Andre. We were met at the airport. We were transferred to the hotel. He's there in the lobby. You'll have his room number, his phone number. Anything goes awry.
So you always have someone to take care of you.
Absolutely. And we had sightseeing included in Madrid. So we got to go to the bullfighting ring. We went to Toledo. We went to Seville. It was fantastic.
Well, we have to take just a quick break right now, but we'll come right back and learn a lot more about AmaWaterways, and we are Travel Pro TV. Be right back.
And now back to Travel Pro TV with your host, Connie Wallace, discussing everything travel.
Welcome back to Travel Pro TV. I'm Connie Wallace, and our guest today is Columba Colicchio, otherwise known as Cece, from AmaWaterways. And we were just talking about cruises on the Douro River. So please tell us more.
Yeah, so it's really a wonderful experience. But like I said, we offer always a pre or post. It's totally optional. But I did the 3 nights in Madrid, met my cruise manager. He was fantastic. Then he gets on the ship with us for 7 nights. And then we continued to 3 nights post in Lisbon, which was fantastic. So it's really a seamless experience. If you book the flights with AMA, then your transfers are all included as well.
Good. So you can book your flights with AMA
Yep.
as well.
Everything is all included, as much as you want. You know, if you want to use points, that's fine. We can sell you transfers, but we find that, you know, having the 7-night itinerary with the pre and the post options is what most people want. But actually this year we did include some 2-week extension cruises. So if people, you know, like we have one that's a combination of the Seine in France with the Rhone and the Saône.
I love the Seine.
So the Seine, you're getting that World War II history. You're getting Giverny, Monet's Gardens.
Monet's
you're getting
Garden.
Rouen. And then the second part is visiting the beautiful wine country of France. So we've got a few that are 2-week itineraries in 2025, which are very exciting.
So tell us about these exotic destinations as well.
Okay, well, where should I start? Well, Africa, let's start with that one. I haven't done this one personally, but it gets rave reviews. We operate a tiny little ship called the Zambezi Queen. It sails on the Chobe River. The Chobe is densely populated with elephants and about 350 species of birds. So when people are looking at Africa, what are they looking for?
Safaris.
Safari.
So this is like a safari on the water.
Exactly. It's safaris, the wildlife, those fantastic lodges. So the way we operate them, we have 5 different itineraries, the most popular being the Stars of South Africa. So you would start with a few nights in Cape Town at the Cape Grace Hotel, beautiful property. Again, your sightseeing is included on the extensions. You'll get to go to Robben Island to see where Mandela was held captive all those years. You'll get to go visit the penguins down at the Cape, a beautiful sunset cruise around Table Mountain. Then we'll fly you up to Botswana. And that's where you'll board this tiny little beautiful ship, 14 staterooms, 28 guests.
That's it.
That's it. And you're sailing on the Chobe, which is not like Europe where you're going from town to town or village to village. You're looking for wildlife. So it's a safari cruise, but not Disney. This is the real thing. The real thing. As we spot things, we pull over. They take you ashore in smaller boats to get up close and personal with the wildlife. It's a fantastic experience. After the 4 nights on the ship, you'll go up to Victoria Falls, spend a few nights there, do a beautiful train ride across the falls. I mean, one of the 7 wonders of the world, right? And then from there, you'll continue down to Johannesburg, where you'll spend a few nights in Tin Swallow Safari Lodge. So that particular itinerary has 6 game drives, all included, that you will be able to experience. So the way we look at it just puts a different spin by having that little 4-night cruise in the middle of it all. So really fantastic.
So these different game drives, are those included with the price?
Yes. Yes.
So it's like your excursions, and are your excursions included as well?
All included.
All your
Yes.
excursions are included?
Yes. When you look at our Europe brochure, every excursion that's listed is included. That's very unique to...
It is extremely unusual.
Yeah. So we offer 3 to 4 choices in each port of call. So we don't just say city tour. Many of our competitors say city tour. And anything extra, you would pay extra for. But with us, they're all listed. They're all included. Will you have time to do all the ones in Europe? Unfortunately not. But they're there. And the other unique thing is that we offer multiple choices, like as far as hiking and biking in Europe. Not just, you know, seeing churches, town square, and city hall. You get culinary experiences, you get wine experiences, so lots and lots of variety. In Africa, pretty much everyone does the same thing, you know, because they're really there for the same thing. But in Europe, people have different interests, so we try to vary the excursions according to that. Same thing when we get to Egypt. There, the excursions are all pretty much the same, because everybody's going to Egypt to see the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, Queen Hatshepsut. They want to see those fantastic tombs. Every entry to everything we go to is included in the cost of your cruise. So, really
and
great
what
value.
about everything else on the ship? Is your wine, your meals, your...
Excellent
You
question.
mentioned that your specialty dining is included?
Yes,
That's
it is.
unusual too.
Yes. So the only thing is not included. It's easier to tell you that. Okay.
Okay.
We don't include gratuities. We feel that that's at the discretion of the guest. We'll give you guidelines, obviously. We don't include spa. We don't include hairdresser. We don't include the gift shop.
Right,
we
of course.
don't include, we don't include all alcohol all day. But we do have
But
beer.
you're not on the ship.
Right, exactly.
On a
Good
river
point.
cruise, nobody's on the ship during the day.
They're off, they're exploring, exactly. But we do include beer, wine, and soda with lunch and dinner, and we have a complimentary cocktail party every night before dinner. But if you drink, I mean, I drink martinis, I think they're $9 on the ship. So you know, it's reasonable.
Oh, it's a lot less than New York.
Yeah, a lot less than New York.
We're here in Providence.
Yeah, so, you know, Egypt is an unbelievable destination. There we have 2 ships, 37 staterooms on each, the Amalilia and the Amadalia. We tack on 3 nights in Cairo because you cannot go to Egypt and not do Cairo.
I would think not.
Cannot. So now the new museum is opened. I think most of it, parts of it were under construction for a long time, but now I think it's fully open. So we'll take you there. We'll take you to the pyramids. You got to get your picture with the camel. I did, of course. And you'll stay at either the Ritz-Carlton or the St. Moritz Hotel.
Ooh.
Not too shabby.
Both nice choices.
Not too shabby. And then after the 7-night Nile cruise, you'll return to Cairo for 1 night because we can't get you on a flight back. You know, because the cruise is actually from Luxor, round trip, 7 nights. And, you know, people say, you can do a 4 or 5 night cruise on the Nile. No, you got to do 7. It's either hot or it's hotter there. We get you out early, we get you to the tombs, we get you to see all that and come back to the ship. You'll get to enjoy the pool up on the top deck, the masseuse, hang out, just enjoy the sailing along the Nile. It's absolutely beautiful. And then what else? So I did Egypt, I did Africa.
Colombia.
Oh, Colombia, we talked briefly about that. I'm excited to say that I'll be on the very first cruise.
Oh, you will?
In March, so I might have to come back and tell you about that one.
Okay.
Okay. But it's a 7-night cruise from Cartagena to Barranquilla. The ship itself, 30 staterooms. The Ama Magdalena, because the river we'll be sailing on is the Magdalena River. So again, very unique. We're going to take you to unique places, stops along the way. We're offering pre-package in Cartagena and a post in Panama City. So you'll get to see the makings of the Panama Canal without, you know, being on a big ship. So you'll get to experience that as well. So I'm excited to do that. And then I'm missing a destination. The Mekong.
Oh, the Mekong. Okay.
Okay. I knew there was one more.
Right.
Yes. So that's a small ship also, 120 guests. We offer a whole package where you have to fly and go into Siem Reap, or else you're not going to see those archaeological sites, the temples, Angkor Wat, Angkor Thom, Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi. That's where the cruise is from. It's just beautiful experience. And you know, Connie, what I love about our ships and our exotic destinations is that they are ships that are from and look like they're from that destination. You know, when you're on the Vietnamese ship, you're being served by Vietnamese and Cambodian staff. Hardwood floors, silk bedding. They can't do enough for you. The Egyptian ships, the people are so happy to see you, so happy to have you there.
I want to hear all about this because I think that's so unique. We're going to just take a quick break right now from the Travel Pro Show, and we're going to come right back to Columba from AmaWaterways and hear all about the unique ships.
And now back to Travel Pro TV with your host, Connie Wallace, discussing everything travel.
Welcome back to Travel Pro TV with our guest, Columba Colicchio from AmaWaterways. We were talking about the fact that all of your ships are different depending on the destination. And I think that's so fascinating and interesting and just plain cool. So tell me about that. So in other words, they don't look the same. If they're in Europe, they look one way. If they're in Africa and so on and so forth. So tell me about that.
Exactly, and that's really what I love about it, because it's, you know, we're in Vietnam, we're sailing on the beautiful river, and the staff is of that area, and the ships have the look of that destination. We're not bringing some European foo-foo ship, you know, with white glove service. We want you to feel like you're in the destination. When I went to Egypt, there's an area with all pillows on the floor. You know, if you want to just hang out on a pillow, some people couldn't get up, but you know, it gives you that. It gives you that look of, you know, the destination.
And is it the same way with the crew and the dining?
Yes, the staff on board was all Egyptian. The staff on board in the Mekong was all Vietnamese and Cambodian. I think just the cruise manager might be European there, but the staff, you know, and they wear the kimonos, and they just look beautiful, beautiful.
So you really feel immersed.
Wait, kimonos are Japanese.
That's
you know
Japanese,
what I mean? They wear the silk.
But so you really do feel immersed in the culture there.
Absolutely.
Even though you're on a ship. And again, I'm calling them a ship. I
Yes.
don't know what else we should call them, but they're ships to me. So let's talk about a typical itinerary on a European cruise. So what's your most popular, first of all?
I think there are two. Most people will choose the Danube as their first choice because they just hear about the blue Danube and they want to see it. And it just takes you to such iconic cities in Europe that, you know, the big ships can't get you to these places. So you might start a Danube cruise where you might fly into Prague, spend a few nights seeing the city of spires, which is so spectacular. Again, your cruise manager will be there. You'll have optional tours that you can take. You'll have sightseeing in the city of Prague, but then if you want to go to Terezin, to the concentration camp, you can do that at an additional cost, but it's part of the program that's offered. Then you'll spend, after the 3 nights in Prague, you'll take a motor coach and you'll drive for a stop in Regensburg. You have to go there because you have to have fantastic German sausage. And then they look like hot dogs to me, but they call them sausage. And then you'll continue to Wilshofen, Germany, where you'll board the ship and sail on the Danube cruise. Now in Wilshofen, what we do, another unique thing that AMA does, we have an Oktoberfest. We don't care what month it is, we're having an Oktoberfest in Wilshofen.
When you're there?
Yes. The mayor comes to the ship. We've got like the town's children come, beer and pretzels, oompa music, really fun to really bring, again, the culture to life. So when you sail from Wilshofen, then you continue along the Danube, you'll make stops. One of my favorite stops, you'll stop in a little town called Linz, and you'll say, okay, what's this? But the excursions that day, you can go to Salzburg on a full-day excursion, get your Sound of Music on, get the feel of that. You could do a half-day excursion there. You can do the Austrian lakes, which are so beautiful. We'll take you to the church where Maria actually married von Trapp. You'll get to see it. It's beautiful.
So much history and pop culture.
Yes, Mondsee is the name of the town. And then you'll continue further. You'll get to, of course, Vienna, music capital of, you know, Salzburg, Vienna, Mozart and Strauss, and then you continue, you stop in Bratislava, which is one of the coronation cities. There are many kings that were coronated in Bratislava, and then you'll continue to Budapest. Fantastic city. You've all seen the pictures of the beautiful Parliament building that is on the banks of the river. So much history, whether it's Jewish heritage, World War II heritage, all of it is there at your fingertips. So that's like our #1, and we have several itineraries that do that. They just vary slightly. And then the next one I'd say is probably the Rhine, which I think this year is winning over. We have less space on the Rhine than ever before, but that would be like a typical Amsterdam to Basel, Switzerland. And with that, you can do an extension that takes you to Zurich and Lucerne, or very popular, we have one called Rhine Castles in Swiss Alps, which will take you to Lake Como. So you'll get another country in there.
So you're getting another country.
Yes, you'll get to
I'm all
visit
for
that.
as many countries as possible. We actually have a map on the wall in our home where we scratch off. It's like one of those scratch off maps where you go to a different country, you scratch it off.
Ah, interesting.
Well, this has been so fascinating. And we're going to have you come back sometime after
Colombia.
You go on. Yes, you go to Colombia. So this has been the Travel Pro Show, and my guest is Columba Colicchio this week, and she has been telling us all about AmaWaterways. So check it out because it's just incredible.